So in the backfield there for the loss. On second down, here's Wilson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On second down, here's Bortles. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now they try the right side here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Parker, and he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Slot man moves right. On 3rd down, it's Brooks. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Bills, they've moved out in front over the Patriots. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Following the field goal on is Locke Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
They go play action with Wilson. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Now a handoff looking right. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shot of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? So after the INT, it's Bortles. Over the middle, complete. That's Cannon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Bortles to throw on second down. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Jets on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now they try the right side here. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On first down, Bortles. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On second down now. Parker, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. He spins free. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Leonard Williams forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Going to give this time to the tailback. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll bring up a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken at the 46. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over first and 10. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. Shift together here from the D-line. They go play action here on first down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. 4 yards remaining now on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And now it's second and goal. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. And the Saints signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third and goal.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
Now Bortles. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
This is fielded at the goal line. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Play action. It's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Here's Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. And then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure you just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Jets on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go. Blue 45. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Check.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on to punt for New York. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Thomas, the man in motion left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On second down, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. 2
yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Second down following the run. They go play action now. Wilson. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned at ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get off on the snap. Jump too quickly.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Saints on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Third and long, it's Wilson. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Play action. Now Wilson. Bust through the tackle. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Offense has been out there a while. This is their 14th play in this series. Wilson off the play fake. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cannon. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Throwing now is Bortles. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So it'll be first down here after the run. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And that'll make it 13-7. Lutz now to kick this one away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And New York set to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Here's Bortles to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Here we go now. Blue 45.
Bortles now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And now here's a carry heading left. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
Throwing is Bortles. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Meanwhile, in Foxborough, there in the fourth quarter. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
They go play action with Wilson. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a handoff as they run left side. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Every yard they gain, getting them better and better field position. And obviously, a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot? No lost yardage plays. Let's kick a field goal and go up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great. But that's not what you're really playing for.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Jets on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now a give right side. Parker. He will push his way down to about the 14. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one there. It's his 3rd field goal of the game, and a 2-score lead's got to feel pretty good right about now.
And while they're not free and clear yet, you're right. Now this defense can go out knowing that it's going to take more than 1 big play to catch him.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. Throwing now is Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Got some room at the 30. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room to run past midfield. The 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the Jets have got it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now they try the right side here. They find some open field here. 20. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And this one through the uprights and good. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the fourth quarter. And the Bills have wound up winning that football game. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. This fielded at the 2. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Able to get there and pick it. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Bortles with a knee to the ground, and that should do it. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.